Hey everybody. So tonight's video is going to be about finding joy. So I'm trying the cinematic view versus the video, and we'll see how this goes. Maybe let me know if you think it's better quality or what have you. I don't know. I don't see a difference, but in any event, joy, I feel like, is something like, to me, it's like little things, like, sitting outside and hearing the birds tweet. To me, that's joyful, especially early in the morning, and you sit outside and drink coffee or whatever, and you just listen to nature because it's before the busy starts for the day. So it's kind of like a lot less sensory intruding, I suppose. Because once the day starts, it's like just go, 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 go. And I feel like I don't think we're really meant to do that, but we do because that's where we live. I am looking to move somewhere where it's like, I don't know, like a farm somewhere where it's quiet and not as busy and not as rushed, and, just so I have time to spend with my family quietly away. I wanted to get enough property to where my children can build property, the houses for themselves on the land, and we can just like plant our own vegetables and things like that. I just feel like that would be more relaxing, I guess, and that would bring me joy. But like, find joy in any way that you possibly can. Like for me, I bought lilacs to plant in my yard because lilacs, one of my favorite smells, and when I smell it, I just feel joyful. So I feel like if I'm having a bad day from work and then I come home, as soon as I smell them, it's gonna like erase all the negative from whatever I experienced before then. So yeah, just that's one thing. If you like to draw, or you like to write, or you like to, like, so maybe something that's just a natural talent and you enjoy doing it, just do more of it, you know. I noticed, like, I know that, like, when I, with the depression and stuff like that, people will tell you, like, oh, you just got to stop being sad. And that's not exactly how it works. It's not like a switch that we flip and just make a decision. It kind of is just something we feel, and a lot of times there's nothing we can do about it. But I feel like, you know, certain things, if we seek out the positive and seek out things that make us feel better and seek out things that, make us smile, because somebody once said that you can't laugh and be depressed at the same exact time. So I don't know. I find that to be true for me. I don't know if that's true for everybody, but, especially sometimes, like, I think, like, a lot of people who suffer from depression, like, they feel so obligated to, like, put a smile on their face and, be strong for others, and not let anyone know that they're going through something, which, in and of itself is a problem, because that just leaves you with no real support system. And, that comes from also being people pleaser. I've been through all that, people pleasing, and you just want everybody else to, like, be able to count on you. And then when it's time for you to go through something, you don't really have anywhere to turn, because you feel like, well, I support them. Like, how would they trust me to support them again if I'm coming to them and I'm having problems? But nobody in this world walks through this life in existence and walks unscathed. Like, everybody's going through something, and I think feeling that way, it also brings me joy to, like, look for people who may be having a bad day or may look depressed. And a lot of times, like, I'll see somebody that's down on their luck, and they just look like they've had it, like they're running out of steam, and I will literally go over and ask if I can pray with them, or pray for them with them. And they always say yes. And I don't see them after that. So I'm hoping that everything goes well. But, they seem very happy that I've offered. And I feel like I'm not saying that because I'm bragging about doing it. I just want everyone to feel cared for. When I see somebody and I feel like they look like they're all alone, I'll go and talk to them. Or like one of the things I want to do, I wasn't really going to talk about this right away, but I want to do, like, eventually I want to try to do something on this channel that helps, like, bring compassion back to the world. Like, I feel like, you know, we don't have compassion for one another. And I feel like, since I know, like I stated before, there's nobody that isn't going through something right now. And just because they look like they've got it all together, that's because everybody tries their best to look like that, when in fact the majority of us are really not in that position. We're really struggling with something, and sometimes multiple things are going wrong. But showing kindness to someone is one of the things that brings me joy. Knowing that that person was down and didn't feel cared about, and then I can actually go over and say something or do something, and actually make a difference, and let them think, at least in the moment, hey, she actually cared. That's, believe it or not, that's all somebody needs once sometimes, is just that. So, little things that we do and little things that we say have a big impact. And I try my best to be careful what I say, because I know that, I believe that sometimes we speak things into existence. And, so I'm very careful with my words. It's too many times I've talked about, oh, I haven't seen someone in a very long time, and then all of a sudden I see them. So, either A, I'm psychic and that's a premonition, or my thoughts and words manifested that encounter. So, I try to be positive, and I, like, sometimes it's just a matter of, like, I've explained to some of my friends, like, sometimes it's just a choice. It doesn't always feel like a choice, but sometimes there's a choice involved with what kind of day we have. Like, if I go outside, and I live in a neighborhood where people fight in the streets, they just yell at each other up and down the street. It's kind of crazy, but one day, one day I won't live here. Um, but it's like, you'll have people yelling up and down the streets, and then, I'll come outside in the morning to go off to do my errands or go to work, or, wherever I'm going. And, it's spring, so I can choose to focus on the two people who are screaming obscenities at one another, or I can choose to focus on the blooms that are coming into these trees and how pretty it looks in the neighborhood. And I choose to look at that, because, that's the positive in the moment. That's what brings me joy in the moment. And sometimes you have to just think in the moment, what brings me joy. And especially if you're in a bad moment, if you're having like an issue with someone, and you're in that position where you're stuck working with that person for the day, and you feel really stressed out, the best thing to do is to just, like, close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths in your nose and out your mouth, and just picture your happy place. Picture something that brings you joy, and it might help you get through the day. You know, lots of things. Like, another suggestion, which is, I'm just telling this story because I think that, I just think that it's important to play, like that child that you used to be. Like, what kind of things did you enjoy doing? And, just because we're grown-ups doesn't mean we don't still enjoy those kind of immature fun things, like, walkie-talkie, hide and seek throughout the neighborhood, like, just things like that. But that's all I have for you for tonight, and I really would appreciate anybody that watches this video if you could comment maybe some things that you do that find, where you find joy, and maybe some crazy stories that you enjoyed, some crazy childish games that you enjoy, then you would like to play. And why not? If you haven't played them yet, why not? Do it. Do something that you used to do when you were younger, because it brings back that feeling that we had when we were little. That's like, hey, we can do anything. So just take all that into consideration, and please comment your ideas and your the objects of your joy. Maybe it can help somebody else. I thank you for watching, and don't forget to like the video, and God bless.